Hey, good evening. Ours was the Dropout group. We spent a lot of time talking about a lot of the reasons that we thought contributed to students dropping out of school. And we heard many of those statistics earlier this evening. We really didn't get all that far into solutions. I guess that's one of the purposes of the whole initiative here. But in terms of some of the real issues leading to students dropping out, the overriding issue being just not engaged. The students are just not feeling a connect to the schools. It could be due to a number of different reasons. It could be repeated failure. They fail earlier, and they just feel like they're just getting beaten down, and eventually, why fight it? Many of those students, and studies have shown this, that we lose are not necessarily our weakest students. They could be some of our very brightest students. There's been studies showing that. And they're just bored. They don't feel that school has something for them. They just don't fit that particular mold. We heard it earlier, and every teacher in this room can tell you the issue of parental support or involvement. We know what it's like on parent-teacher conferences, and most of the time when they're optional, the parents that come are the ones that we don't need to see. And the ones that we do need to see aren't there. And that's gone back for many, many, many years. It's easy to blame society, changing family structure, but the one thing I know, we had a superintendent several years ago that said something that I will always remember, and he said, "Don't ever forget the parents are sending you the best that they've got." And that is so true. They're not keeping the good ones at home. They're sending the best that they have. Teachers are not necessarily always engaging all of the students. In every school, we need to be, we're critical of our own profession. We have teachers that have a particular mold. If the students don't fit that mold, they're just kind of left behind. And it's important that we reach out to every one of those students, all of them. And that's the idea that, we've built up success so much, and it's very important to be successful, but sometimes when students are getting those C's in school, those average grades, they think that they're failing. And it's important that we let people know they're doing the best that they can. They are succeeding. As far as strategies, increased school teacher parent communication, critical. Much of that now can be done with the aid of the technology, through email, through blogs, through all kinds of different things that can be done where there's a constant communication there. Early identification, we talked about this, identifying those students very, very early. I heard from many elementary teachers that, we can pick out those students very early that potentially can be the dropouts. Well, if we can pick them out, then what can we do to save them? What can we do to keep them from happening? And finally, the big question is, one of the other things that needs to be involved in strategies would be involving business leaders, community leaders in this whole equation. They need to be there too. We didn't have in our particular room, and there may be many here, but in our particular room, some of the top business owners and business leaders within the community. That's an integral part of the formula for success of the students, and those are the ones that we need to involve. Thank you.